Praise the mother, the father, shout out to all the heirs. I'm king, I'm God, I'm Pharaoh. I'm all in all. Most importantly, I am that I am. I am Michael Will, first Adam known to man. May the spirits of my ancestors lead me, guide me, speak to me, invoke me. We're going to prove that the God that made this physical realm, it's all about science. I'm going to prove that. I'm going to prove that the Father that created this physical realm, the male species, the male specimens on this earth have a direct correlation with the Father in heaven. And it's all science. See, when you talk to preachers, pastors, and you try to break it down to them with scientific terms, those pastors, those preachers, especially in the black communities, those black preachers, they would say, science, it go against my belief. No, it actually don't. See, most of them, even you, will say, science go against my belief. We came from Adam and Eve, not no apes and monkeys and shit. Well, they're telling you the truth, but they're not telling you who that is corresponding to. They try to put you in a bunch, but they still separating you, still giving you the truth, but then a lost cause. Like, the truth is there, but you got to search and say, oh, that ain't us. Now, let me prove to you that God is science. When it said, let us make man in our image in Genesis 1, God made he and him. Then it says, God created male and female, them. Genesis 2 go into depths with Adam, then Eve. It still correlates or corresponds with Genesis 1, that woman came from man. And the man has a direct hotline to the Most High. Now, you have to keep up with me on this one. You have to do your facts. Look up everything that I am telling you. This is science. The one that created us is a physical God. The one that gave us consciousness is a spiritual God. Now, if God was all about prayer, God would never state these Bible verses in the Bible. God will only say, pray to me and you will be healed. Instead, God used Bible verses and states that the herbs are the cure to the physical body. 2 Kings 20:7 and Psalms 51:7 mention herbs for the healing of the physical body. Revelation 22:2, a tree off the riverbank will be the new healing for the New Jerusalem. God, the Father, his name is Yahweh. You believe in the Bible. You know God's name is Yahweh. You know that name stands and starts with a Y. You know that the man phallus rise every day when the sun rises. If a man have a healthy phallus, aka dick, it will rise at 6 o'clock, get hard for no reason, because the sun is rising. That Y chromosome represent Yahweh, Yalabrath, Yahshua, Yeshua. All starts with a Y. That sun is disappearing. Yahweh, the physical sun. The sun is known as the Father. That sun is disappearing. Scientists say the sun would go out in 5 million years. The sun is having black spots because it's going out. 4.5 million years, the Y chromosome is leaving out. That's too close to comforts. That Y chromosome represent Yahweh, Yalabroth. When the sun go out, the Y chromosome go out. Now a lot of people will say, well, what's going to happen to the men? I'm going to tell you. The first X is known as the Great Mother Universe. The first X chromosome. That is given to the Father Yahweh. The mother made the Father, the Son. The mother is consciousness. Your first X chromosome you get from your father, male and female. The first X chromosome represent cognitive. It interferes with your thinking ability. When you get ideals, you don't know where it comes from. It comes from up top. Everybody know your ideas come from up top. Where did that come from? It just came from up top. It didn't come from below. It came from somewhere, but you always point to the sky. That first X is given to Yahweh. Yahweh is the first one that has a Y chromosome. Yahweh created man, and we're going to get into hiploids and diploids. Yahweh created man first. He gave that man an X and a Y chromosome because the X came from the Great Mother and the Y came from Yahweh. The sun is going out and the Y is going out. There's a correlation with the man and Yahweh. There is only the priest in Kemet in Egypt can speak to God. The people that's found in your Bible, there is only male that is actually speaking to God because they carry that Y chromosome. The black woman is not God. The black woman carried the seed for God. God manifested himself through Adam. Adam passed down the first Y chromosome to all the males. That is the reason why your Bible say only the man should preach, because they carry that Y chromosome down. The man has an opposite of himself. X chromosome, Y chromosome. The woman do not have an opposite of herself. She is unbalanced. She has an XX chromosome. The story of Adam. Adam got the first X chromosome and the Y chromosome. He had two Ys, Lilith and Eve. One was feminine, submissive, and the other was masculine, not gonna take no shit. The same as the story of Osiris. Osiris had the X chromosome and the Y chromosome. You had Isis, she was submissive, but she was devious, just like Eve. Then you had Isis' sister that was masculine. Both of the ones that was masculine, Lilith and Isis' sister, somehow they just disappeared out the equation. Same token. It's an XX chromosome. The Y chromosome. That comes from the male, the father, the son. The Y chromosome interferes with the sex drive, the low root chakra, the first chakra that is made when you come down to this earth. It deals with your sex drive, your sex change, or determine what you are. Your sexuality. The first X that is passed down to the daughter, the mother, comes from the father. That X represents consciousness, because the first X deal with your cognitive, your thinking. Look this shit up. The difference between the hiploid and the diploid, and how people have a misconception that we came from the monocausal Eve. She is a modified species. She was only made 2,000 years ago when you have remains from people in Ethiopia that is older than that. We know that the Ethiopian Bible is the true Bible. They don't give you that. They don't also give you those genetics. They give you the monocausal Eve gene genetics because he is a modified species that carries the first X and Y chromosome. A hiploid and a diploid. The difference between a hiploid and a diploid: a hiploid is one set of chromosomes. Only the male specimen carry that. The diploid is two sets of chromosomes. Only the female carry that. There's only two species that carry a hiploid and a diploid. That would be your Australia ant, and that would be your honeybees. Now, where did we get our X and Y chromosome from? And we have to look at ancient texts, because we know ancient texts, if we do the carbon date, we can't go off the monocausal Eve gene, because we got ancient texts that date back way before the monocausal Eve gene. If a hiploid is only one set of chromosome and the diploid is two sets of chromosome, that still proves that the diploid copied itself from the hiploid, which means the woman came from the man. Now, when we study African religion or spirituality, and we would like to say life begun in Africa, we have to go to the very beginning of creation in the first manuscript. That would be Amma. Amma was the first man born on earth. Amma wanted to have sex with Mother Gaia, which is Mother Earth. She said no. He was furious, so he chopped down a termite hill. What is the significance of a termite? Termites are the first species or specimen that carry the X and Y chromosome. That is why they give you the story of Amma in Africa, being the first man on earth. I gotta explain myself. Praise the mother, the father, shout out to all the help. Praise the Amu Ra, baby.